Okay, as we put the adjusting bracket onto the alternator, I coated, since you find yourself either replacing the alternator or adjusting the belt or removing the belt, whichever, it's good to be able to get the bolts off. So I put anti-seize on the bolts where you will constantly be removing and placing, so you won't have to worry about rust problems. Now what I'm going to do with this one is pull it up snug but not tight. And this is 19 millimeter I'm using. I just want to get it in place to where I don't need to worry about it wobbling. There we go. All right, that's nice and snug. Now, since this is a two-piece and it's turned all the time, notice I coated it on the inside because this likes to rust. So I made sure that that was coated well, and the threads on the end, see, this is no thread and thread, made sure that was coated well. And the bolt, of course, it's going in. You see that? Now, bolt goes through the alternator ear. First we've got to get this in place. Make sure we got it right. Oops. Wait a minute. Putting this in wrong. It's got to go up like this. So I got to remove this piece and put it in correctly. There we go. I need to turn it around like such. Put it back in place. There we go. Reason is the bolt's got to go through and go to the threads on that end. Bolt goes through, but it's got to go through the alternator. All right, so let's get this in place. How many times have I got to do this? Turn it around. We'll get it together in a minute. Go over here to the vise. There we go. This has got to go on the threads this way. So I had it correct the first time. All right, now. Okay, we turn it up. And what I did was I locked that bolt down, made sure it stayed locked, so I wouldn't have to do much adjustments. One more time. There we go. Now, before I put that back in there, I'm going to add a little more anti-seize. I really don't want that stuff seizing up later down the road. If and when I need to change out a belt or change out an alternator. I want to be able to get to it. All right, that tightened up pretty good. Put down my counter nut. All right, run that down. Now what I'm going to do is take my 14 millimeter and go ahead and run it. I gotta run it towards me. Get the 14 millimeter. Run this up so it tightens up. Now we're getting a little tension on a tension nut. Looking pretty good. See the anti-seize there, that's good. That's still locked down tight. Well, the belt is tight, I should say. Let's turn this around. Okay, that's pretty tight. Now we'll take the counter nut, lock it down. And now we're going to take the clamping sleeve bolt and clamp it down to the tensioning nut. What I like about this, it just feels good that I decided to put the anti-seize on there for in the future when I need to deal with this, because there will be a day in this old car where you will have to replace the belt or the alternator. I'm going to tighten this baby down. And I'm not going to worry about that because it got the anti-seize on it as well. Okay. Check the belt again. It's nice and tight. Everything's snug. Remember, I never loosened that one, so we're good there. Okay, I took care of that.